Good morning. I just really felt like doing a little morning coffee pondering and sharing. I've just had, so many things that I've experienced lately that really have impacted my life, and I am of the belief that what impacts one might also impact another, and I love human stories, and I love living life within, I guess, what feels like a pack mentality where there's this felt sensation that I'm not alone, that I have many friends, many family members, many humans in all realms that support me, and that I have many allies. And sometimes I'm just, sitting here in my living room, pondering and writing and contemplating and just being very curious at like what comes up in my mind. And sometimes I really like want to tap into the energy of community. And I guess for me, coming on here and speaking, there's this energetic currency, like I'm talking to someone. And as many of you could probably relate, is like a lot of the time I'm kind of surprised what comes up. Like maybe I have a plan, but when you're in a community and when you're speaking to someone, sometimes it's very interesting what comes up. But lately it's like, yeah, last week I had some beautiful opportunities to stretch myself, and one of them specifically was at the Kelowna International Women's Conference, and within it, for me, even though I'm an extrovert and I'm kind of both, like I'm in a world of those that follow the human design. I'm a manifesting generator, and in a world of many different realms, like I do have the capacity to be on stage, to share from my heart, versus someone where that's like just not them at all. So for me, I have both, and I also have this like desire and need to literally go off the grid to my brother's cabin. I could be there for like 3 months by myself and I would be 100% okay. But anyway, so here I decided to go to this last minute, okay, because last week and in the course of like a week and a half, somehow I had lost both of my credit cards. So that's a whole nother story, but, and who knows, lesson, right? But anyways, I had lost both my credit cards. So this was one of the reasons why I was not saying yes to go to this event, because I had no way to pay for it. But I decided to show up for it, and I ended up being able to pay with a DE transfer. I decided to show up for it like an hour and a half before it. I was sitting here having a coffee, and then I was like, I actually would feel sad if I didn't go to this. So I really tuned into that. And anyways, going to this conference, pretty much every yes and every no changes my life. Like going to this conference and listening to so many different women speak and share about their journey and the lessons that they've learned, and it was very powerful for me. And this is the I Am Remarkable. It's a Google-driven initiative platform, that created this. So there was a workshop where we all had to speak about what I am remarkable for. And we all had to fill out on a piece of paper, I am remarkable because. I am remarkable because. And there was space for 4 women to, I think it ended up being 5, to come up and go on stage and to share 2 I am remarkable statements. And even though I've been on stage before and I've it's not a new platform for me, but yet it's very different when you show up prepared and you know what you want to say and you've been thinking about it versus like when all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm gonna go up there. So I decided last minute they had room for one more, and I was like, I will go up. And anyways, it was really interesting for me because within that, when we were writing out I'm remarkable because, for some reason, one of the first things that came onto my paper, and I've done this before, so this is not new for me, but what I ended up writing down, I was kind of surprised that that was the first thing that came up, slash not, but it was I'm remarkable because I have been a part of the human performance team for 6 Stanley Cup winners. And I've drank out of the cup 4 times. And it's like this really cool experience. And as a healthcare provider, when you're not usually celebrating that too much, like it's kind of frowned upon because there's this little bit of you taking credit for someone else's success, you know? And yet it was just this moment where I was like, I just think that is really cool that I got to experience that. Like I would have never have planned it. I never, thought of it. Like, of course, as the athletes I was working with were pursuing it, I was hoping for that for them because that was their goal. And I also trust that whatever happens, happens. But anyways, so that was one of them. And then the other one was I'm remarkable because I can love so deeply. And what surprised me was I walked up onto the stage and, it kind of surprised me how much I really just wanted to throw up. I'm like, Brandy, you've done this before. Why is this an issue right now? And I guess it's because I didn't know what I was really going to say. It's like I kind of had this plan. Those were the 2 things I thought, oh, I'm going to share it. But it's like this essence of, again, kind of like tooting your own horn or being like, look at me. And it's also this like, just speaking almost from the third person, like this is what happened. And it's pretty cool. Like if someone else had done this. But anyways, when I went up there, I said, I am remarkable because I can love so deeply. And what came up was after I have been physically abused and verbally abused and emotionally abused. I'm remarkable because of that. I was able to see the light in it and to really tune into where I too was not being kind to myself, where in some ways I was being emotionally abusive to myself, just like with the thoughts in my mind and the stories that I was telling. And because I was able to see the gift there and to see my role and to see where I needed to excavate my own land, my own soul, my own concepts, to really come into like, no, I love myself actually. And I learned to like love myself more and show up for myself more. And it was a little bit of like, I must. Because it's like, if I don't do it, who will? And that's the journey that I've been on. And it's the journey that I'm guiding many on now, is just like, I must love, respect, and trust myself. I must feel honored to be a part of my life, And then the other one with the Stanley Cup, it just was like this really cool moment. And because I just thought, like, out of the entire world, how many have had that opportunity? And with these athletes, like how many, were on that team, worked so hard in it, and it all worked out. And that's what they ended up achieving. Like, how cool is that? And there's so much reverence there. It's like, it wasn't hard, it wasn't easy. And I love to do hard things. And I love to see how it turns out. Like I love to sweat. I love to like put some work in and really like feel like I'm giving it 100%. I have that within me. But anyways, that was just such a powerful moment, and it was a powerful moment listening to everyone. Like some people had just overcome cancer, double mastectomy. And it was kind of this like really beautiful room of, I want to say like blue collared workers, you know? It was just like all of these women that all just have been working really hard behind the scenes of their own life. And just people like I've never seen on social media. Like they're not people that are out there showing themselves, you know? So it was really cool to just be in the room of some people that really are doing amazing things in the world. And I had the opportunity to have a moment with them. So that's been really powerful for me last week. And then just different things have come up around. I think we can all relate to this. I would say that I am good at being dedicated to my journey, devoted to my journey. And I would say I do. I have highs, I have lows. I too am emotional, sensitive, I care a lot. And I'm very considerate of others and also considerate of myself. Most of the time, I'm still working on that one. And anyways, I've been doing all of these things and maybe with not such a clear goal in mind. It's kind of like I never had a goal to drink out of a Stanley Cup. That was not a goal of mine. But yet the world brought that to me. But everything that I've been, showing up, sharing knowledge, sharing wisdom, sharing stories, being a teacher in many realms and a leader in many realms, that's something I believe is innately within me. I fought it for a while there, but then I was like, hey, Brandy, no, this is your gift, is to build structure, to see the whole picture, and to come into like what is the most important thing to do. And doing that in my life, I've been building these doors, essentially. And lately, opportunity has been knocking on these doors that I've been creating. And behind these doors is my heart. It's love for the human experience, love for the man, love for the woman, love for the soul. I don't actually really see gender too much, like for me, I just see souls everywhere that are doing their best and that need tools, support, an ally. So for me, I've been just, I guess, devoted and dedicated, relatively obsessed about how can I help myself and help the human come into this concept of being an elemental being, tapping into their elemental nature, tapping into their hormones, tapping into their vision, tapping into their ability to smell their environment, to really come into this like calm, clear state. And from there, I believe we're all going to make decisions that are for our highest good, that will stretch us, that will create some pressure, but also expansion, where we will live a life of meaning, a life of fulfillment. And I've been slowly, people are coming to knock on the door and they're like, ooh, tell me more, tell me more. And then they are coming into that arena, if you will, and they're kind of playing catch with me. And we're now in this arena together where we're all contemplating around the same things, but our experience of them is so unique, because my biggest goal is not to tell you what, why, how to do things. My goal is to share this wisdom and then to see how it lives in your world, to see how does it support you, and is it supporting you, and the most beautiful thing is when someone comes in and they want to play catch and they want to, you know, we can only play catch with ourselves for so long. Eventually we need to play catch with someone else, and sometimes they throw us a harder ball than we even thought we could catch, and it's like, ooh, I got that. Where we start to like really witness ourselves a little bit differently because we're in an arena where we're in the game of our life instead of in the stands thinking about our life. We're now, you know, open this door, now you're in this new arena, and now we're playing catch, and we're like, okay, let's just see how this works out. And anyways, I've had just some beautiful experiences come my way this last week of an NHL player that had been traded, that I've been working with him for a while, but he reached out to me to support him, and I was able to do, I've been orchestrating these breath meditation journeys, and an opportunity to be kind of a consultant, if you will, a coach, if you will, a counsel, if you will, where we're just speaking to what's coming up and just sharing some advice. And they call it sage advice, meaning what you do with it is up to you, and your truth is your truth. I don't need anyone to believe what I think, but I will share, and then the intention is for them to come up with their own concept of that, and if they want to adopt that. And I have this ability to almost speak to the soul of them, and usually it's received quite well, and usually it feels a little bit like truth. So it's like I'm able to access this truth that maybe their mind can't find in that moment because they're in these rough waters, if you will, or this little bit of storm in their life, versus I'm on the outside. And then I put together a playlist for them and guide them through about an hour breath, meditation, recalibration, where the whole goal is to like bring them into their own body, the felt sense of their rib cage, the felt sense of their lungs, the felt sense of their body, and the land that they truly are in and of every day. And when they can land there, there's this sense of like hope and courage that comes back, devotion and reverence, that little bit of like fire of like, no, I'm on my path, and this acceptance of this challenge that's come their way. But it's just been this beautiful opportunity because I believe in it, and I've been working on it, and I've been extremely excited about it. And I've been able to witness where it's supporting people. But it's like, it's really beautiful that I guess that now human souls, men, women, are now showing up at the door to learn and to pursue their own journey. So that's been like a really beautiful experience. And also I decided to host this Project Rewild virtual retreat. For a long time, I was not into doing virtual retreats. And a big reason for that is because I just like wanted human connection, you know, and in-person connection. And then I kind of was witnessing myself, and I was taking all of these different courses online, and I loved being able to do it. I loved showing up for it. I loved being able to replay it, rewind it. I loved being able to feel like a student in a way, in that you had the recordings, you could go back over it. There was a layout to it. So there was kind of a syllabus or content that we were going to be going through. And I found it really helpful, and I loved being in my own home. I loved saving time, not driving somewhere. And there was a sense of being able to be even more authentic because of the environment that I'm in, and to not have to, not that you have to, but to dress up, to like show up. It was just nice to just show up on this online, you know, it's like you're just kind of sliding into home base and then you're here. So I decided to do that, and I've done, 3 different opportunities: Rewilding, Regenerate, and now Project Rewild Virtual Retreat. But all of them have been on Zoom, and it's been beautiful just witnessing how it feels like a community, and how can I, as I guess the leader of the group, the one that's organizing it, really create that safety in differentiation, that safety in individuation, where each and every person is their own person, and how they show up that day, we're all knowing like that's not who they are all the time, and there's nothing wrong with it. So if someone shows up and they're tired, someone has lots of energy, someone's excited, someone's sad, that it's like a beautiful environment to practice just being where you're at. And anyways, it's just, I guess, just a beautiful experience for me, because again, like I was saying, I'm so curious about all this stuff, and want to support, want to lead, want to teach, want to share wisdom, want to hear. But my family, you know, like it's not my family's role or my friend's role. So for me, it like, I get as much out of it. It's like that cook that gets to cook for people that like to eat, and they're just like marveling at the crispiness of the radish or the flavor of the meat, versus like maybe your family that doesn't quite dive in so deeply on this passion of yours. Instead, you get to experience all these other people that are as passionate and are wanting to engage, wanting to communicate, wanting to express themselves, wanting to disagree a little bit, and just being like, yeah, I don't, that's not my truth. What my truth is this. So it's like a beautiful, authentic community. And anyways, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just so grateful for this life that I get to live, and so grateful that I've come into this realization that I'm the artist of it, and that I'm the innovator of it, and this reality that we're all innovators. We all are the orchestrators of our life. But for me, to speak to myself, it's like I feel so happy, so content. And I always use the word like salivating. It's like this little bit of salivation of like, I just am very curious where I will be in 5 years, you know, and everyone that's a part of these communities, and that like I'm just very curious what will come about. And I trust because of intention, because of awareness, because of choosing to also adopt that idea that, oh, I'm innovating my life, and I'm the one that's doing this painting. Ooh, I like this color. Oh, I like that color. That we get to like do that. But the more that I'm able to do that with my life, and the more I'm witnessing everyone else do it, it's very inspiring. It's very exciting. It very much feels like hope, like courage, like pleasure, like play, and all the things. And that's the life that I choose to live, that has a rainbow of opportunity, a rainbow of emotion, a rainbow of experiences. And I just love the opportunity to show up for my heart, and to just really witness, to really like just take in the whole cinematic experience of my life, and what it really is bringing for me. Since I'm doing a long video, I just want to share one more thing. This is more for the YouTube community that is tapping into this. But I just had this moment this morning where I'm sitting here on this couch, and as I look out over here, I see a window looking into my backyard. I see my kitchen. I see all these plants, and different pictures and lights. And I see my portal room that I usually write in over here, but I didn't feel like it today. But there's this beautiful vine that's been struggling, but it's starting to come through, this plant. And all surrounding me are all these different items that some might look at as stuff. But for me, I feel so held in my home. I feel like I appreciate it so much, and I know it's more than I need. I appreciate the candles. I appreciate these plants. I appreciate crystals. I appreciate the books that I'm looking at, the painting from my friend Nafel. I appreciate that I have this little furnace on, this fireplace, and I see the light flickering. I appreciate this beautiful journal, this dragon. For this, we're in this dragon year right now. This couch that I'm sitting on. Like, I feel so held in my space. And my hope for the world and I guess is for everyone to feel as good as I feel right now. To feel so comfortable, to feel so safe, to feel so held, to feel so inspired, to feel so supported by just my environment without even humans here. I just feel the energy of everything that is holding the space with me. And the more we can live life with intention, bring that plant into that space, that crystal, clean the floors, like really appreciate the space that we're in. The more we relate to each item and what it means for us and the energy that we're receiving from it. So the more that we're in good relation with our environment that we're in, certainly the environment that you live in. And it comes down to loving, like wanting to clean it, wanting to hydrate the wood, wanting to water the plants, maybe give them a little spritz, a little shower. But the more we start to do that, the more you'll notice that there's this like deeper reverence for your life, this deeper honor. And you start to really feel that you're literally not alone, that you're so supported. And you start to really take ownership and pride over how you created this. And also how all these humans, like I look at different, like a crystal or a painting, like how all these other humans that are nature followed their heart and they created this pottery, they created this painting, they wrote this book. They realized the fire, the flame, and then they put it into like this fireplace in a home. The light, the ability to have lights in my home, the ability right now for me to record myself and then to put it up on YouTube and to be so curious if others even watch it. Like the ability, just how there's so many artists out there that have been innovating and finding ways to connect people, ways for people to feel loved, to feel supported, ways for people to be innovators, you know, without this video, without being able to share this. Yeah, it's like I wouldn't be able to share these stories and this wisdom with who knows who from who knows where in the world. So it's a pretty cool experience that we're all living right now, and we must do it with intention. We must know when to unplug from the devices or unplug from other people, and also know when to plug into the energy of a group, when to tend to our homes, when to hydrate the wood in our house, and when to plug in and tend to and attend to our environment, our outer environment, our inner environment. But may we always, always, always live a life of intention. Live a life with a keen awareness, a witnesser's lens, and an open-rooted heart that knows what is a yes and what is a no for you that day, that moment, that breath. And may we always listen to it unapologetically. And may we always be open to learn and to see the world in the most beautiful, curious way. Take care, and thanks for listening. And if you relate to this, if it was helpful, please comment below. Please share. for any courses, retreats, in-person or virtual opportunities, live opportunities, head to my website, join my newsletter, but you'll see there's lots of opportunities there. And I just look forward to maybe seeing you in a room that I'm in one day and be able to listen to you and relate to you, to be in relationship with you. Yeah. Okay, take care. Bye.